Hi, I'm Rob with Dennis Stubblefield Sales. We manufacture American-made power sports specialty tools. Today we have a few short videos on how to use and select our products, so stay tuned and thank you for visiting our website, dssalesUSA.net. Download our full catalog from our website, dssalesUSA.net. Inside you'll find useful information for selecting the right puller or tool for the job. Information such as dimensions, thread pitch, tooth size and number for prop tools, as well as male or female type applications. So let's start by measuring a male type shaft sticking off of a flywheel. In most cases you can find this information by consulting your manual. A lot of manuals will actually give you the dimension on what type of puller you'll need. But if you don't have access to that, what I would suggest is using a pair of calipers or verniers and measuring the shaft that comes off the flywheel. So you basically take your flywheel, set it to metric if you can, measure that dimension that comes off the threaded shaft. We're getting about 49.7 millimeters. What you need to remember is most flywheel threads and pullers don't come to the exact measurement that it's calling out on the label. So this one, if it's calling out a 49.7, it's roughly a 50 millimeter flywheel puller you will need. In this case, since that's a Polaris razor flywheel, you will need a Polaris type flywheel puller, which is a female 50 millimeter by 1.5 left-hand thread. All the details are shown on the packaging. It's also shown in our catalog on the website and when you're browsing through the products. Another example of a type of situation you may run into is a female threaded housing on either a clutch or a flywheel. In this particular application, this is for a Honda ATV clutch puller. What you see there is a female housing with threads in it, and what you're going to take is your verniers or calipers and measure that hole. We're getting roughly 38 and change, so the next size up would be a 40 millimeter. In this particular instance, it's a 40 millimeter by 1.5 male type puller that is going to fit that application. In most cases you may be able to find this information in your owner's manual, but if you cannot, I would suggest doing the measurement because it's the most accurate, and we have a full selection of dimensions to choose from on our full catalog on the website, or when you're just shopping from part to part, you can view what dimension is available. So now let's focus on thread pitch. Normally in most flywheel or clutch puller applications, you're going to have two types of thread pitch to identify. One is a coarse pitch or a 1.5 metric pitch, seen here on this Polaris Razor flywheel. The other is a 1.0 or fine pitch thread, seen here on this KTM flywheel. Basically, you just need to identify what pitch it is and the diameter, and that should get you going in the correct direction to select the right part for the job. Okay, so we're going to briefly discuss how to pop the flywheel on your vehicle. So in most cases there's going to be a nut that holds this flywheel to the crankshaft. You're going to want to free that nut however you can with either a large wrench or maybe an impact wrench to get that free. Normally what we like to do first, once that nut is free, we like to take a little bit of grease. Any type of grease is good, and we coat the threads both on the bike itself and on the flywheel itself. So you're going to want to put grease on the pushing bolt shaft and the threads on the inside of the puller. Once you've got that done, then you're going to thread this thing on and get it nice and tight. So you thread that all the way down until it's hand tight, and then you're going to want to thread the bolt down until it stops on the crank. And once you get that all snug down, hand tight, that's when the big wrenches come in, and you're going to want to tighten this as tight as you can get it on the body and on the bolt. So this bolt is going to be nice and tight. Once you got it all secured, what we like to do is take a hammer, usually a dead blow hammer, or if you have to, a metal hammer. I don't like metal hammers, but if you have to do it, go ahead and put a piece of cardboard between it so you're not metal on metal, and you're going to want to whack the end of that push bolt. And what that's going to do is create a shock or impact to it, and it should break free the magnetic attraction that is the only thing holding the flywheel in place, or in some cases the clutch.